we are now finally, after everything, going into the final chapter of Death and Rebirth, which is Snow Fades at Dawn. This music is gorgeous. But also the name is slightly worrying me because it's Snow Fades at Dawn, so... and Dawnbreaker, you know. Snow fading at dawn. I don't know. Okay, I'm sure it'll be okay. Like, everything so far has been pretty damn gorgeous. Stop doing this to Zane. Stop. Not like this. Oh my god. I'm actually... I can't even... Oh my god, it literally felt exactly like tomorrow's Catch 22. I just literally coming off again just like that video. Oh, whatever. Storytelling wise, so much insane extra main story lore information. Everything with Silas was so peak perfection. How things looped back into the other love interest with Raphael Xavier. And now I think Ebsy's going to start being able to make that understanding of Zane as the emissary, especially because he was literally called the emissary. I'm so surprised that she didn't make that linkage. But clearly, like, things, especially with the fractal library, Zane's hiding things when it comes to literally a multi-dimensional, multi-universe state of things. But, you know, his lore is very, very deep, so I guess we'll get into it eventually. But right now, we are going to be confronting the research. You know, I'm so excited and hoping that we actually do get to directly, like, again, like, go into Zane's motives for the research that led into what X-Heart is now. And Rebirth Cocoon is literally a product of said research. So, without further ado, let's go into Rebirth Cocoon. Benedict extends his hand as a friendly gesture. Zane barely returns the handshake before quickly withdrawing.
Wait, you two know each other? Why didn't anyone tell me?
Dr. Zane and I met at Mount Eternal. However, it was a brief encounter.
I don't remember someone called
I
Benedict.
remember. I didn't expect us to meet again here.
When Benedict is introduced, I learn that he was once a distinguished doctor. He served as a mentor for a group of new recruits during the Battle of Mount Eternal. However, he withdrew from the position at the halfway point for personal reasons.
We're not officially open to the public yet, but this sanatorium has already become the preferred choice for many patients. As the director, I'm truly grateful that everyone has embraced the philosophy of the Fountain of Ate.
Through the glass walls lining both sides of the corridor, the sanatorium's new patients can be seen. They're undergoing a physical examination. Each patient is accompanied by their assigned medical staff member. The checkups proceed quickly with virtually no waiting time. When you hear Rebirth Cocoon, what comes to your mind?
Metamorphosis.
Oh, that also links to the butterfly that Carter's wearing. Outside the ascending elevator, stark whiteness gradually gives way to green. A vibrant garden appears before us. So you can think of metamorphosis in the terms of literally a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, but then also it makes me think of literally the book Metamorphosis. Sorry, the book / play Metamorphosis. It's about someone who turns into a cockroach. It kind of also makes me think about, like, deliberately making it anyway. Outside the ascending elevator, the stark whiteness gradually gives way to green. A vibrant garden appears before us. And suddenly everything clicks. When someone returns from death's door, and this is the first thing they see, a crescent-shaped corridor encircles a towering tree, surrounded by emerald-like grass dotted with vibrant flowers. The area overlooks a circular azure lake. They'd feel like they've been given a second chance at life.
To be frank, we need Dr. Zane's help to improve our experiment's success rate.
Of course they need Zane because he's literally a genius and he's the reason this research was even able to happen in the first place, because no one else was able to make the breakthrough like he was. He speaks as if he's discussing statistics rather than the matters of life and death. If there's still room for improvement, shouldn't you inform your patients about this so-called success rate?
They're aware. The patients who've been given terminal diagnoses voluntarily agreed to participate in the experiment. It's a deal with mutual consent. Besides, who would choose to wait for death's certainty when given the chance to roll the dice of fate?
3rd floor.
As the elevator doors open, an unexpected gust makes me squint. Before me is an unfamiliar white corridor. It's empty and clean. The corridor is lined with separate rooms on both sides, and through their semi-transparent glass, I can see egg-shaped experimental pods. Here are the rebirth cocoons. Their mysterious nature has been revealed. Mounted on bases lined with energy circuits, they emit a gentle glow. Contrary to what we expected, Carter and Benedict seem quite willing to show us everything. Yet what we see feels like a meticulously crafted exhibition for visitors. The light bathes everything in soft, warm tones to create a sort of cocoon effect. Even the air filtration system can be adjusted to simulate different scents based on mood. Every detail was made to spark a desire for life and create an illusion of truly being alive. A soft hum fills the air as fluorescent blue energy flows through the tubes and rapidly enters the chamber. The connected monitor displays the rebirth cocoon's interior in real time. Inside, a young girl receiving treatment clutches her chest. She takes deep, laboured breaths. Pain covers her already pale face as she breaks into a cold sweat. Her hands tremble. She soon starts convulsing. Seconds after the device activates, her breathing steadies at a remarkable rate. Her convulsions stop. As time passes, her breathing finally becomes regular. Exhausted, she closes her eyes and seemingly drifts into a deep, dreamless slumber. The video feed sparkles with light as text appears to indicate the treatment is complete. Benedict presses a button on the wall, and the treatment room's smart glass returns to its opaque, milky white state.
Dr. Zane, these should interest you the most. The treatment consists of 7 sessions. Patients show significant improvement in health indicators after each one.
He hands over a document that contains experimental data from several test subjects. Zane's gaze lingers on the first page for half a second before turning to Carter, who's standing to the side with a self-satisfied look.
I won't be sugarcoating anything. Your experiment has failed to meet its objectives. You've lost control of the cellular mutation process.
You could have used a little bit of sugar.
He does love sugar, but he has nothing sweet to say to you.
Zane, the rebirth cocoon is our most successful experimental product to date. Our ultimate goal is to achieve humanity's perfect form through genetic and cellular reconstruction.
Why would you think Zane is interested in it? Without a hint of emotion, Zane glances at him, then he taps the data success rate column with his knuckle.
These numbers are far from perfect.
Someone's using his expertise well.
As the creator of X-Art, I can tell you that your so-called success merely uses the existing technology to temporarily delay the disease's progression. And if it fails, there's a likely chance that the patients will transform. Then they'll begin to turn into wanderers.
Every treatment carries risks. If we only relied on your safe methods, then...
Zane closes the file and hands them back to Benedict. His expression remains calm throughout the exchange.
Of course. I understand you're challenging the impossible. That's why I decided to join. I enjoy challenging the impossible.
That's my man who likes to defy destiny and fate and prophecies and all that other crap, because he said, I am dictating my own future, and even then I will figure out the best way to make the future work. Because that's Zane. That was so terribly said. I'm sorry. I'm just so... He's just so smart and driven. As they continue their thoughtful verbal sparring, my gaze is drawn to the curved floor-to-ceiling window beside us. Outside, patients in white hospital gowns walk across the verdant lawn. They create an unexpectedly peaceful scene. At that moment, my heart detects a strange energy. It pulls me forward. This feeling. It's just like before when I was in the ruins of the Gaia Research Center. I gently nudge Zane. He understands and takes a step to converse with Benedict and Carter. Then he successfully leads them away. After making sure no one's around, I slip into the descending elevator.
You're not allowed in there, miss.
I see.
You can't go there either. Miss? Visitors are restricted to the public areas on the first and second floors. We aim to respect our patients' privacy.
I turn to meet the receptionist's polite yet wary gaze and nod. Alright then, I'll head back. It was that way, right? I point to a spot in the distance. Confused, the receptionist turns to look, and I prepare to make my escape. But I'm yanked by the hem of my top. Huh? The faint energy I've sensed disappears. What is this energy? I'm really curious what that energy was and if it's potentially just trying to lure her. Okay, but the second part is undercurrent. Maybe things going on in the undercurrents. In the hallway, the receptionist has finally noticed my disappearance and is looking everywhere for me. The sliding door closes. I turn around, cautious, only to find myself face to face with someone familiar.
You're the young lady who accompanied Dr. Zane.
Miss Karen.
Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Karen, a patient with Protocore syndrome.
A sliver of light from outside filters through the Venetian blinds. It illuminates her gentle features. She extends her hand, thin yet steady, toward me. I politely return her handshake.
I know you and Dr. Zane are here to investigate the Fountain of Ate, or rather, the Rebirth Cocoon.
She's quick, but then again, she was like a well-renowned journalist, so this shouldn't be too surprising.
However, the press conference for it is coming up, and you're not the only ones keeping an eye on things.
You said exactly what I was thinking. Are you also undercover so you can gather information? She nods, but after a moment passes, shakes her head.
Sort of. My original reason for coming here was simple. I wanted to live. Isn't it strange? After all, I was a war correspondent who once risked everything on the battlefield. Yet, after returning to civilian life, I'm afraid of death. I even believed in far-fetched promises.
When it comes to matters of life and death, I have no right to judge, let alone interfere with others' choices. Yeah, because especially for MC, who is now having to accept that she's stuck in this cyclical reincarnation. Yet, I also wondered, if I were a patient, would I pin my hopes on this experiment despite knowing full well how absurd it is? But I hesitate, unsure if I should reveal what I know.
You want to say that this experiment is turning people into monsters. Those things called the Alterum.
She's quick work.
I was there during the Battle of Mount Eternal. I saw people transform into monsters with my own eyes. Whether you're trying to stop it or investigate it, 2 people won't be enough to treat this as a simple matter.
While vastly underestimating MC and Zane. She turns around and opens a drawer. She takes out a small, elegant notebook and hands it to me.
This may seem sudden, but I need your help. And I believe you might need mine as well.
Very convenient.
It'll be necessary to prevent this press conference from taking place.
But why would you? Questions flood my mind, but I can't find the right one to ask.
As it stands, I'm their most successful test subject.
That visitor just disappeared around here.
The receptionist I managed to shake off earlier hurries towards us. Karen responds with a slight smile.
Take this with you. When you get out, tell them you saw the patient in room A107 faint. You were just escorting me back to my room.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you, Karen.
Miss, how did you end up here? Is there anything I can help you with?
The patient in room A107 just collapsed. You should check in on her. While skeptical, the receptionist quickly summons doctors and nurses. The quick response suggests Karen's presence carries a special weight here. For my first visit to the sanatorium, uncovering these crucial leads is more than I could have hoped for. And as for those secrets that lie deeper in a shroud of mystery, and finding a way to stop Carter and Benedict's plans, that will take more time. I wonder how Zane is doing. I should act like I don't know anything when I meet up with him. Pushing these thoughts aside, I carefully hide the notebook on my person before heading toward the main white building. As the tour is about to end, Carter is once again urgently called away by his assistant.
As the creator of Exheart, Seeing your technology destroyed because of a momentary lapse in judgment. Do you feel regret or disbelief? I had imagined both reactions, yet I see neither on your face.
You must have been away from the operating room for too long, Mr. Benedict. You seem to have forgotten that showing emotions on one's face is the most ill-advisable thing a doctor can do.
Benedict smiles and chooses to ignore the sarcasm.
I'll be honest. I don't trust you, Dr. Zane. But no one else has your outstanding qualifications and experience. It's precisely why I want to bring you on board, even when I know you don't agree with our philosophy.
Since you're being candid, Mr. Benedict, I'll also discard the pleasantries. As I've said, I want to challenge the impossible. We each have something to gain, no? This collaboration could work.
Is challenging the impossible your only reason? Will you really let others handle your life's work? Don't you want to find out who created those Alterum?
Created?
You certainly enjoy speculating about others' feelings.
I just can't help but wonder, if your bold experiment back then was completed, would the results have been different? In any case, Miss Hunter will tell you about her impressions of the tour after she's done with her disappearing act.
I was about to be like, oh my god, MC got slightly better at being a spy than she was in Homecoming Wings, because she was the worst spy ever during that entire escapade, as well as the fast-paced fleet myth. But Benedict immediately clocked me. The clamour from downstairs seeps through the window and causes subtle vibrations in the air. Calm as always, Zane meets his gaze.
I look forward to our cooperation in the future.
So emotionally dead inside. Well, you're not going to like what we end up doing to your facility, my friend. I genuinely feel like we're going to do some crazy crap. Alright, in we go to thawing snow. And just like that, our first tour comes to an end. After leaving the sanatorium, life with Zane seems to have returned to normal. Barely finding a moment's rest, he rushes between Oxo Hospital and the sanatorium. For the time being, Eva seems preoccupied with their grand vision with the Fountain of Ate. The leads related to the Ether Core have also gone cold. Meanwhile, protocol syndrome cases are multiplying at an incredible rate. Oxo Hospital's emergency room is constantly overwhelmed. Medical teams worldwide continue to test new treatments. The results remain disappointingly ineffective. It's as if a deity, somewhere in the cosmos and uncertain about the world's fate, keeps listlessly rolling the dice again and again. Emergency room.
Aren't you supposed to save people's lives? My wife is critically ill and you're just letting her die.
Where's Dr. Zane? Isn't he the leading expert on protocore syndrome? Why can't he see us first?
Doctor, my child was perfectly fine yesterday. Why did the condition worsen?
In the break room for the Division of Cardiac Surgery, the doctors and nurses can finally get a few minutes of rest. Exhausted, they slump into their chairs.
We're humans, not gods. We want to take care of everyone too.
In 3 days, Ever will officially unveil the Rebirth Cocoon at their press conference. It is designed to treat protocore syndrome. We interviewed Ms. Karen, one of the first patients who underwent this treatment. She will appear at the press conference.
The plan is definitely to completely destroy and ruin this press conference in the most insane way that's just going to humiliate and embarrass Eva, is what I'm hoping.
We might be witnessing a medical revolution. Only time will tell.
Everyone remains silent as they watch through the transparent partition in the door. From the corridor, they observe Zane's focused expression.
Isn't Dr. Zane supposed to be on leave?
Officially, maybe. I bet he's just busy with other projects. Things just aren't the same without Dr. Zane here. Seeing him around makes me feel at ease. It doesn't matter how exhausted I am.
He is that kind of influence. Yvonne lets out a deep sigh and turns to open the storage cabinet. With practiced ease, she breaks 2 dietary glucose sticks to hand out to her colleagues behind her.
Let's eat these and give it our all.
I love Yvonne. "7:10 p.m. Oh, this music is sinister.
If I get sick, will I turn into a monster?
No.
Really? Will from the bed next to me said these crystals will eat us and turn us into big monsters.
Dr. Zane, I'd like to process my child's discharge papers. If you could...
Lexi's condition has shown improvement. I advise you not to transfer hospitals at this time.
But everyone's saying Ever has a new treatment. We really want to try it.
God, these people are so gullible. And I understand with matters of life and death, people get desperate. Oh my god, 2:20 a.m.
The pulmonary artery aneurysm has ruptured. There is insufficient blood volume for circulation. Dr. Zane, we can pronounce the time of death.
This is so tragic. Back to back. Oh god, this is really heavy. And this is gonna weigh on Zane heavily.
Time of death, 2:23 a.m. Notify the family.
Oh, this is really messed up. Using the wall to support himself, a teenager in a warm green hoodie staggers along. He stops to catch his breath after each step. Every organ feels twisted and turned inside out. His nerves scream from the agony and pain. They threaten to rob him of his strength to stand. His vision blurs as he collapses against the wall. His arms shake uncontrollably as he tries to brace himself. Something races beneath his skin.
I'm not a monster. I don't want to become a monster.
Everything is going very south, and I understand all the pieces have to come into play at the right time. And Zane can only do so much as a doctor, but oh, the way this is gonna hit, like, on him, and this literally sounds like the same guy from the beginning. The violent urge surges through him once again as he stares at his hands. They're covered in sharp crystals. He's fighting against the impulse to plunge them into his own heart. Yet he can't bring himself to do it. Cold snowflakes fall onto his body, that's reached a fever pitch. A man's steady footsteps approach. He stands at the end of the road, his tall figure nearly blocking out all light from the street lamp. The teenager can still make him out, however.
You're the killer, or the doctor. We meet again.
This isn't a coincidence. I'm here specifically because of you.
Is that so? Am I turning into a monster?
He forces his eyes to close for a moment. Even his vision is starting to blur. The man clad in black slowly approaches him. The teen feels an unexpected sense of peace.
I knew you'd save me.
Oh, this really hurts. Just as something foreign bursts through his skin to strike at the man before him, the teen hears the crystalline sound of ice forming beside his ear.
It'll be over soon.
Oh, say.
The patient in room A103 is experiencing memory loss, continual emotional detachment, and exhibiting behavioral patterns that differ from usual. 3 days after entering the rebirth cocoon, the boy from room A210 disappeared without a trace. The patient from room A379 experienced a violent episode while awaiting treatment. The rebirth cocoon's performance has improved. I was chosen as the ideal test subject. They believe I'm the closest to success.
The notes Karen gave me consist almost entirely of observation reports on other test subjects. Her journalist instincts made her distrust this research project from the start. She'd already noticed something was off about it. This is... A worn, creased photo slips out from between the notebook pages. Its edges reveal the countless times it's been handled. Also, she's hanging at Zane's house. In the photo, Karen is holding a little girl who's no more than 3 years old. Both of them are smiling at the camera. Is that her daughter? I quickly understand why she wants to live despite her doubts about this project. When did you get back? The breaking dawn appears outside the window as the sky grows brighter. Perhaps it's just my imagination, but I think I see those black ice crystals on his arm again. When I move closer to check, it seems I'm imagining things. Zane watches me without saying a word. I realize I only came over last night to help feed Shichi, but I got so caught up in analysing the clues that I accidentally fell asleep on the couch. Okay, that explains why she's over it. Sorry, I went a little overboard when I made myself at home. A moment passes and a faint smile tugs at the corner of his lips.
Is there a passcode in this house that you don't know?
I clear my throat and hand him the notebook. I try to prevent us from getting sidetracked. In any case, I believe Karen is our best lead right now. Recently, Eva has made a public announcement about their best test subject who will make an appearance at the press conference. Unlike those big spenders and socialites, Karen has a positive, approachable image. She also has a good reputation in the eyes of the general public. They're trying to use her to build public support and convince more people to believe in their cause. By giving me these notes, she probably hopes I'll help her stop the press conference, or even put an end to the project altogether. So I thought... Oh? For a while, I have been talking to myself. And then he hugs me from behind. Zane?
Yes, I'm listening.
This is so romantic. His embrace is gentle, as if the slightest touch might shatter something fragile. Something happened.
It's cold.
To think someone who likes snow could feel chilly. I pause before turning around to embrace him. Oh, I love the reciprocal energy! I'll stop talking, Eva. But if you're really tired, please make sure you rest properly. Will you do that for me? This is... Sorry. I was not expecting the amount of romance that's in this main quest. As there is. And there's so much. And I know, like, it might have also been some of my choices, but the fact that was not a choice. That just happened. And to a degree, potentially, it could just be their, like, happy, good partnership, like, good friendship. But, like... I love Zane MC so much. Part 4, countdown. Ooh, that must mean we're closer. There are less than 36 hours remaining until the press conference for the Fountain of Ate. Before returning to the sanatorium to stop it, Zane and I quickly come up with a plan. I need to approach Miss Karen again to figure out a surefire way. Meanwhile, Zane, who already has connected with the core researchers, will cover for me. Whether it's diseases, wanderers, or the Alterum, they all stem from humanity's instinctive fear of things beyond their control. The deeper this fear takes root, the more likely people are to mistake absurdity for miracles. And whenever appears as a savior, they all gain a congregation of devoted followers. Zane, the energy source I detected wasn't my imagination. I'm still not confident in utilizing the spatium core, but another visit might help us discover something new.
All right.
Zane nods. I was prepared for a lecture about not abusing my power, but he says nothing. Here, put it on. To ensure the mission runs smoothly, I've borrowed cutting-edge equipment from the Association. State-of-the-art invisible earpiece modified by engineering protege Simone is now no bigger than a grain of rice. I also have a small energy firearm. It's capable of bypassing most detection systems currently in use. I place the earpiece in my ear and gesture for him to come closer. Zane obliges and leans down. One cough to turn the mic on, 2 coughs to turn it off, and tap to adjust the volume.
Thank you.
I'm not sure why you're being so polite, but as soon as the comms channel opens, deafening audio feedback blasts my eardrums. I clutch my ears in pain. I stagger back, and just before Shichi's mischievous attempt to trip me succeeds, Zane catches me by the waist. He can't help but laugh. This is the first time in days that I've seen genuine joy in Zane's expression.
You...
I frantically clamp my hand over his mouth. Wait until I adjust the volume before you speak. I can feel his smile widening beneath my fingers as I use my other hand to adjust the earpiece. Sound check. Zane, say something.
You've never asked about the reason for why I picked that as my research topic back in medical school.
Oh, my heart. He remains close to me, his breath warm against my ear. It's almost like I can heartbeat. The path of medicine is a noble pursuit, Dr. Zane. You strive for academic excellence. You also want to find a meaningful purpose in life.
It's a good guess.
Back then when you decided to destroy what could have been a world-changing discovery, you didn't hesitate?
Correct.
It's the kind of honor most people would cherish for a lifetime, yet he seems genuinely unbothered by it. Zane must have chosen to stop the experiment because he foresaw the consequences of its potential misuse.
I had considered including your name in the acknowledgements of my paper.
I nod as I secure my firearm to the holster strapped to my thigh. Then I double-check my equipment. You only thought about it. You didn't actually do it.
It wouldn't have been right for our names to appear on the same piece of paper without your permission.
My brain immediately going to marriage certificates. Before I can process the meaning behind his words, a rustling sound suddenly comes from the window. A piece of bean-shaped ruby chocolate falls, clattering. It rolls to my feet. I look up to see the last pack of chocolate snacks from the cabinet has been taken down and torn open on the floor. Shichi lifts his face from the snack package, which is bigger than his head, and licks the chocolate residue off his nose. Wait, what did you eat? My body moves before my mind can catch up. I quickly pick up Shichi and check the empty package. You ate all the chocolate. Animals aren't supposed to eat that. They were literally touching on it. Oh my god, they carry on touching on why he chose that research subject. They carry on touching on the childhood incident, and it's driving me insane. But they won't just go into it. Butterfly in a bottle. As noon approaches, the car enters the sanatorium parking lot. Since Zane holds an internal role here, he's been granted limited clearance to the facility. I plan to slip in while he keeps the receptionist distracted.
Safety first.
You too. He doesn't look back when he leaves, but he subtly raises his hand for a quick high five as our positions shield it from view. With my biosignature concealed, the omnipresent security camera's scan doesn't trigger anything. Their red indicators blink before moving on. Dimitri might be crazy, but I have to admit the ID camouflage chip he gave me is really useful. The lush trees and flower beds scattered throughout the sanatorium provide the perfect cover. Dodging staff members in the courtyard, I make my way to room A107 from memory. That's where Karen is. The staff will change shifts at approximately 12 PM. There's a small window of time. To be more specific, the small window of time where no one checks the room. My shoes scrape against the smooth wall as I wait for the staff to leave. Once they're gone, I slip in through the window. Karen's eyes widen slightly at my entrance, but she remains quiet. Sorry, with the press conference coming up, they tightened security. I could only use this method to visit.
I expected as much. You're clever for figuring out how to find the perfect moment.
I understood the message you sent when you gave me those notes. That's why I'm here. Are you really going to give up? If we take this chance, we might actually have a shot at making a full recovery. Karen shakes her head.
After surviving so many close calls on the battlefield, I'd say death has already been more than generous.
She reveals a peaceful smile and looks at the sunlight streaming through the window.
When I first entered the cocoon, I dreamed. And in that dream, I had made a full recovery. I got to watch my daughter grow up. I was there for every important moment of her life. At her wedding, I hugged her while crying. But the face reflected in her eyes was unmistakably that of a horrifying monster.
Her gaze dims. Outside the window, a butterfly drawn to the artificial flowers in the vase crashes against the glass again and again.
When I came to my senses, I realized I wasn't hugging her. My hands were around her throat.
Terrible.
I only wanted to hug her. So why did I make her cry?
Sensing my hesitation, she pulls the ivy line from the back of her hand.
My dear, have you heard of Zhuangzi's butterfly dream?
I literally referenced this from the anecdote. So it's Zhuangzi. Zhuangzi.
I've always wondered who was really dreaming. Was it the butterfly? Or Zhuangzi himself? If I can't tell who I am anymore, then the whole world has become my cocoon. The time I still have doesn't matter. I've made my decision.
I respect that. I love that they brought the butterfly back in this way that's very explicitly tied back to how it worked for Georgie in actual Dawnbreaker. What would you like me to do?
The press conference is scheduled for noon tomorrow, less than 24 hours from now. In an hour, they'll place me in the cocoon for my final examination. You need to locate the cocoon's power supply and cut it off completely.
No. The cocoon is connected directly to the test subject's consciousness. A sudden disconnection could lead to unpredictable effects on her already fragile body.
Don't worry about me. I'm prepared to face the consequences.
It's torture.
Finding a suitable test subject like me isn't easy. Trust me, this is the best way to stop them.
I'll find a way to get you out of there. God, this woman has so much dignity.
Even if you could carry me, my body wouldn't survive a strenuous escape.
I know she's right. Once the guard shifts ends, they'll quickly discover their most important patient has disappeared. Every exit in the sanatorium will be sealed off by then.
If this is to be my final battleground, then you must help me. Please.
I understand. After leaving room A107, I move quickly without any hesitation and stay out of sight.
Did you hear? Patient A379 suddenly lost control and became violent just now.
It's fine. Dr. Carter said that was normal.
Along the way, I quickly took down several orderlies and receptionists who spotted me. The sanatorium is massive, and many areas are restricted. A blind search could last until nightfall and still be a failure. What I sensed that day must have been the cocoon's energy core. I take a deep breath and activate the spatium core's power once more. My vision ripples and expands like waves. A faint energy trail leads me forward like a guiding thread. My drifting consciousness slowly seeps through the sanatorium's public areas, the garden, and through each patient's room. I can just find the energy control hub. Following the faint energy pulse, I find myself at the end of the corridor that connects the public area to the garden. There's a door almost seamlessly integrated into the wall. Without hesitation, I push it open. A large enclosed space gradually reveals itself. Behind this door lies an unexpectedly serene forest. Strange, there are no guards present. Only an unsettling silence hangs in the air. My watch hasn't sounded any alarms. There are no detectable signs of biological activity among the vegetation. The energy source's pull grows stronger as it tugs at the power flowing within me. It's as if I'm being guided in a specific direction. Past the forest winding paths, an unexpectedly elegant old building comes into view. That must be it. The energy's readings are at their strongest there. Ooh. Oh my god, this building must be the one from the cutscene. Okay, part 6. Trustworthy colleague. Zane. With Zane's help these past few days, the Cocoon's data and performance have shown improvement. Carter is in high spirits. He genuinely believes his junior has switched to the dark side. No, he's finally seen light.
I remember you were sitting right next to me when we talked for the first time. Do you want to join my research team? Before that, we all thought you were just some stuck-up child prodigy.
Dr. Noah used to say that one person can go fast, but a group can go far. Besides, your theoretical research was undeniably superior.
That's kind of him. A look of surprise appears on Carter's face.
Back then, you were the youngest and quietest out of everyone. Who knew you'd be the most forward-thinking, boldest student in the lab? You went ahead and performed what we didn't dare to imagine. And you'd pose what we didn't dare to ask to the most distinguished of professors, until they were left speechless.
Walking and talking as they pass through the streamlined skywalk, the two soon arrive at the sanatorium's central platform. As dusk approaches, light filters through the hemispherical dome like delicate silk. It bathes the courtyard in soft, warm hues.
I understand that Ever wants to use tomorrow's press conference to improve the Fountain of Ate's credibility. But the Rebirth Cocoon still needs to be further developed. It's not ready to be revealed to the public.
Why not? We've prepared the best testing equipment, and all the data will be presented to the public in the most accessible format. Besides, we already have a suitable candidate for a public demonstration.
He turns to Zane and his voice becomes more eager.
Zane, do you remember what I asked you the night Exart succeeded? I asked if you wanted to change the world with me.
Carter turns to survey the crowd in the garden below, his figure reminiscent of a smug creator gazing upon their creation.
We stand at the center of all our achievements. I assure you that success is within our grasp.
What exactly do you mean by success? Are you talking about unpredictable success rates? Or how quickly you dispose of your defective specimens when they fail?
Call him out, Dr. Zane. The smile on Carter's face freezes, then it slowly disappears.
In the past, they were patients you fought desperately to save.
Thanks for the reminder. I almost forgot how pathetically incompetent I used to be.
You were a doctor.
Why is it that when I was a powerless doctor, the lives lost under my care were somehow forgivable? But when I strive to be a pioneer, you suddenly care about the injustice done to those who were already destined to die. When did you become such a coward, Zane? That incident at Mount Eternal?
How dare you, Carter?
Let me rephrase that. You've always been better at confronting death compared to me.
You know. I can't believe this is the moment that's actually making me want to cry. Because I'm so angry at Carter right now. He truly has absolutely no idea how difficult it is for Zane. And how guilt-ridden and traumatized he is about all of the death he's had to confront. I was having this conversation with some friends previously about how during the main quest it feels like Zane did get the short end of the stick and essentially he had no epic combat scenes or anything, but his moment at Mount Eternal, that moment of comforting MC in her grief, gets like sometimes downtrodden and looked down upon a lot. And then it really came to me that essentially sometimes that emotional vulnerability and mental vulnerability just isn't given the value of like these big epic scenes. But it was truly during that scene that it really solidified to me how much I love him as a character, because he actually understands the depths of grief, especially when you've been around someone who truly understands you. Like William did, especially in that situation. That was his brother in arms. Adding to that, all of the patience Zane has lost, all of the comrades Zane has lost, and the way he holds that over in his own head. This is so insanely cruel. And then just to add to all of that, you have the Dawnbreaker reality literally haunting Zane's dreams. He feels taunted by it as if it's his own failure, because it's his own research that could lead to such an outcome. It just makes me so freaking mad how clueless and stupid Carter is. An uncontrollable impulse surges within him. Fortunately, a voice comes through his earpiece and pulls him back to reality. Zane, I found the location with the strongest energy signatures. Oh, I feel like he was going to read him. Oh, okay, hold on. I just need a moment, because... Oh god, I really got teary there. My eyes are still a bit glossy, but I'll live. Right. Zane, I found the location with the strongest energy signatures. Just in case, if you can get clearance from either Carter or Benedict... Zane composes himself, discreetly tapping the area near his ear as acknowledgement. He looks at Carter. Pressing a finger against his chest, Carter's icy stare lands on Zane. His mocking tone from earlier vanishes.
The heart beating in my chest belongs to someone else. I can't live an insignificant life.
Does he have like some kind of survivor's guilt because he had a heart transplant or something?
Zane, I understand the meaning of death far better than you do.
I hate it when people do this. I hate it when people don't know what other people have gone through and then they'll be like, oh, I know this way better than you. Especially like in terms of when you just don't know that other person, you don't know what they've been through. And yes, you might have also been through crap, but the crap they've been through might just look different. It doesn't, like, this comparison of pain, like, yes, equity can be a thing, but like, it's false equivalency when you literally do not know the other suffering other people have been through.
If these sacrifices are necessary, then so be it.
Yeah, then you absolutely don't understand how he does.
We're about to solve humanity's greatest dilemma, and you're still too young. Ugh!
His limbs are forcefully frozen to the wall. The surveillance camera freezes. Oh my god. The surveillance cameras freeze just as they turn, and their red indicators go dark.
You? Zane, you dare to freeze me?
The statute of limitations hasn't expired yet for your academic plagiarism.
Tell him! Tell him! Carter's briefly freed hand is sealed in ice once again, and his frantic struggling is frozen as an awkward, rigid pose.
You can't be serious. You're bringing this up now? The end justifies the means. Let me go!
I feel like that, fist thing is also like a new emote.
It was a joke. But I need you to stay still for a while, Carter.
Thing is so funny.
Are you planning to destroy the cocoon or cut off its power supply?
That was quick.
The sanatorium has 6 independent operating systems. Pulling the plug won't be possible.
If this place allows someone with malicious intent like me to freely come and go, then that just shows how confident all of you are.
What are you actually trying to do?
Carter glares at him. His junior pauses thoughtfully before calmly shaking his head.
I won't tell you this time, Carter. I have a more trustworthy colleague to work with now.
You didn't come here alone this time. What's that girl up to? This is murder! You're taking away these patients' only chance at survival! Zane, you ungrateful traitor! You might be smart, but you're weak and short-sighted! Security!
Freeze his mouth. Another layer of ice appears to seal his mouth shut.
You said this place was perfect for heart-to-heart conversations, since no one would disturb us. I'm afraid you'll have to stay frozen for a while. Carter, you're not doing this to save lives. Nor are you doing it to save humanity.
Oh, I love him.
Everything you've done is to merely fill the emptiness and soothe the fear you have when confronting death.
Zane takes out a palm-sized access card from Carter's pocket. Zane's gaze doesn't meet his. It lands on Carter's heart instead.
I doubt the heart's donor wants it beating in the chest of an executioner.
You know he's cussing him out. Damn, Zane is so brutal. He's so cold. So attractive. We are getting close to the end. Okay, part 7, perfect specimen. Especially because Karen doesn't want to be the specimen. Something else. What if it's a trap for me? What if I'm the perfect specimen? Because Carter literally... Oh, hold on. Carter in World Underneath Chapter 2 literally was talking about how, like, there might be something special about us. And that's why he thought that Zane might have interest in us, but it was actually because, like, Zane obviously is in love with us. But now I'm concerned. A holographic display takes up half my field of vision. The green dot representing Zane is moving toward my position. Not expecting much, I take a deep breath and place my hand on the door. To my surprise, it opens with a gentle push. Light streams through the glass dome and lands on the floor. It reveals an elegantly decorated reception hall. The space is completely empty. Only the sound of footsteps echoes to break the silence. Zane, I sent you the coordinates. That's where the energy core is.
Don't worry, I'm just...
As soon as my hand touches the railing for the staircase going up, the scene before me flickers and vanishes. The comms channel is dead. I pull my hand away and take half a step back. I turn as colours fade. Like running water, they flow out. From the ceiling, walls, and floor, they all melt into an endless expanse of pure white. It's like a white tomb.
I'm honored you decided to visit.
Oh, damn it. Is this a trap? I hear a slightly amused voice behind me. I whirl around to find Benedict standing in the middle of the reception hall. I'm not sure when he appeared. While I'm startled, I need to look composed right now. You've done a good job at preparing for the press conference, Mr. Benedict. It's going well without you. He touches the wall, and the white space suddenly dissipates. It returns to its original form, a reception hall.
Miss Hunter, you should have been the most successful test subject. It's a shame you weren't one of ours.
But he's aware of the research.
After all, every experiment here exists for one purpose, to create beings just like you.
I expect to have every goddamn time. A gunshot explodes in the empty reception hall. I'm tired of hearing you ever people talk about the same thing. Let's skip the formalities and get to fighting. Just as the bullet approaches him, crystal shards suddenly burst from his arm to pulverize the projectile.
Oh, right. I forgot to mention something. I'm one of the Cocoon's successful specimens.
You can turn it on and off. First of all, that explains why you sound dead inside. Second of all, of course they were trying to make a literal, genuine new species. And you're an idiot to think you could control the Wanderer virus. I could have said that earlier. I quickly switch out the regular bullets in my magazine for energy rounds designed to fight Wanderers, then I shoot at him. Benedict seems to have anticipated this. At a signal, several shadowy figures surge forth from the darkness. Several Alterum move with inhuman speed. Like savage beasts, they lunge toward me. You're calling for backup already? I guess you aren't really a successful specimen. Quickly stepping to the side and spinning, I dodge in the nick of time. The Alterum crash into one another. I don't plan on dragging this fight out. Zane will be here soon. Finding the energy core location is the highest priority. I activate the spatial core sensing ability again. There's a faint energy signature coming from the top floor of the building. And then, everything before my eyes becomes indistinguishable once again. As the light shifts and wavers, thick fog appears from out of nowhere. It rolls in and blurs even the faces of the
Play with them for a while.
My senses stop working, and my vision is plunged into an endless void. Overwhelming dizziness washes over me. Desperate, I try to stay conscious, in spite of my vertigo. but my legs give out and I collapse onto the cold floor. I know I've reached my limit. Just before I lose consciousness, the sounds around me fade. In the void, I feel someone firmly grab my wrist. The churning sensation of instability vanishes when I open my eyes.
Are you okay? Where does it hurt?
Under the flickering light, I can barely make out Zane's worried expression. Before I can say I'm fine, a searing pain erupts from my chest. It flows through my entire body. I press my hand against my chest, but the physical pressure does nothing to ease the pain.
Stop trying to sense it. You look pale.
I grab his hand, gritting my teeth. I tell Zane everything that just happened.
After them! Where did they go?
Don't speak. Keep your breathing steady.
Zane quickly surveys our surroundings. He pulls my arm over his shoulder and helps me move. It's not here. Go straight. Past that barrier. We pass through the wall. The Alterum are right behind us, but it seems they were fooled by the elusive hologram. Thankfully, this space hasn't been warped. Zane pulls me into an empty room and slams the door. Ice covers it, but the Alterum have us cornered. They claw at the frost and create this sharp grating sound. Everything in front of me blurs into patches of colour. I try to grab Zane's hand again. My strength fails me. My hand weakly slides down his sleeve. Zane? Why am I tied up?
It's done.
What did you inject me with?
A suppressant. The energy in your heart has surpassed your tolerance threshold. This will ease the strain. Better now?
Oh, he's holding her. Zane.
The suppressant won't last long. We need to leave now.
Fluctuations. It's metaflux.
Look out. Fire.
Oh, you're still here. How delightful.
Of course we would survive. If you take another step, I can't guarantee you'll get out of this alive.
Dr. Zane, a hunter firearm can't kill a human, but a wanderer can.
Zane looks stunning. Oh my god.
If that's it, then he underestimated us. Watch your heart. 30% of your evil should do. In your case, the cure is extreme measures.
That entire cutscene sequence was so freaking good. They were literally partners. They were standing side by side, back to back. They could complete communication without needing to communicate. They just have such fantastic synergy. That was so good. And just seeing Zane, our Dr. Zane in his element. Like, oh my god, I'm so tired of people acting like he's weak, and just seeing it on screen was so good. Okay, it's fighting time. And this is literally my favorite MC like fighting outfit, other than like obviously like actual companion outfits. But I love this outfit. Like I would wear this. That cinematic has me so gagged. I seriously, I just want to. I kind of want to like quickly rewatch it. I just find it insane. One, I already know that he's not gripping it properly, but everyone's joking because of the fact he's a doctor, so he just wouldn't be as used to. I'm not in the medical field. I just find it funny, but. The thing that goes through my head is that people were literally assuming the worst of Dr. Zane. Meanwhile, he's literally just helping her. Of course he's helping her. It's Zane. He's never going to, like, do something against her autonomy like that. God, he looks so good.
It's done. A suppressant. The energy in your heart has surpassed your tolerance threshold. This will ease the strain. Better now?
God, I don't know why it looks blurry. Like it's unfocused. There it is.
The suppressant won't last long. We need to leave now.
And immediately fluctuations come about. Goes into hunter mode. But literally she's still suffering. It doesn't have the stability. He immediately... The swiftness with which he takes action and just grabs her and gets her out of the situation. Dude, he's really showing his combat prowess. And then providing that extra stability.
Fire.
You're still here. How delightful.
Zane who picks up the gun and then heads over to Benedict. Like he's like, even though technically we're the more combat orientated person, he's really showing he's more than comfortable about getting his hands dirty, and I love it. I just love us being able to see it.
Of course we would survive.
I'm sorry, even the way he's holding the confidence. He's not holding it like actually proper, like Caleb, like you do hold it straight, you know, like two hands or whatever, or even just like that. He's got it at an angle. It's just so freaking, the attitude, the arrogance.
If you take another...
his aim is insane to get it just before that guy's foot. That's crazy still.
step, I can't guarantee you'll get out of this alive.
Dr. Zane, a hunter firearm can't kill a human.
And of course it's a Wanderer. This shot is so disgustingly iconic. Like, this is such a stunning shot. I've never seen such a beautiful man in my life. And you can really see his lip scar really nicely. Oh god, he's so beautiful. Oh. And then he just drops the gun and immediately goes into ice rods. I'm so glad, thank you, that the trailer didn't spoil this element. This spot looks so good. Perfect thing. Bar for bar. Then the turnaround, looking at her, waiting for her to calm down. The cinematography, the direction for this entire sequence is so good. And we jump down. And I just, oh god, I love that outfit. That's my girl. Dude, it's so good. And they're going each for each. They're so coordinated.
If that's it, then...
He literally scoffed.
He underestimated us. Watch your heart. 30% of your evil should do.
She gets her gun and immediately... Oh my god, I literally love... I'm sorry, this is literally OTV. I love these two. together so bad. I'm really, really attached to my MC. I'm so attached to her.
The cure is...
And oh my god, look at her fierce eyes.
Extreme measures.
God, that was so good. That was so good. Oh my god, I'm gonna be replaying that too. It's so freaking good. My game needed to close, but cool. Now we're going into part 9 of the decision. After using up almost all of my ammunition, the Wanderer finally crashes to the ground. But this isn't the end. The sound of regenerating flesh echoes throughout the building, as the crystals on its body rapidly retract, as if they're being devoured. In just a few seconds, the Wanderer has completely regenerated and takes on Benedict's appearance.
Wait for an opening first, then we'll retreat. There's no point in continuing this fight.
Zane is right. Benedict isn't our primary target right now. Just now, something about Zane seemed off. The flash of black crystal, the killing intent, the cold indifference in his eyes, it all vanished in an instant. Maybe I imagined it. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of trying to allude to Dawnbreaker Zane, but okay, let me explain what I think is happening. I think Zane essentially goes into a semi-sleepwalking state where he kind of enters the nightmare and he takes on the mentality and perception he has towards Dawnbreaker and his identity. He isn't switching sides with Dawnbreaker, it's quite literally adopting his idea of Dawnbreaker and then exhibiting that behavior. That's kind of how I'm perceiving it. I don't think it's... And that also, when he enters that state, it changes his evil to match. It could even be like there's a meshing between the two of them across like the timelines and whatnot. But like that's kind of how I'm perceiving it right now. Because this is still our Dr. Zane. He's still aware of everything that's going on around us. A strange unease rises in my chest, but there's no time to dwell on it. I fire my last bullets at Benedict, as a greyish-white mist fills the reception hall. Here's another good example of my seamless coordination with Zane.
Now's our chance. Go.
Even she knows her coordination with Zane is seamless. With the Alterum on our heels, I lead Zane towards the strongest energy signature I remember sensing in this building. Have you noticed how the Alterum are getting stronger? They're practically like living weapons. Could it be that after their consciousness are eroded, these failed test subjects are turned into tools that can be commanded? After taking down another Alterum that tried to attack us, I run toward a corner. The strongest energy signature was right behind a door. Huh? Where's the door?
Watch out.
As Frost immobilizes the guard who try to ambush us, Zane stands back to back with me. Both of us are on high alert. Part of the layout has changed again.
If this place is a projection, then changing the layout would be the quickest way to hide the energy core's location.
Ugh, this is annoying. I have to find the energy signatures again.
Remember to not let your energy overload your heart. I don't have any more stabilizing injections.
Speaking of which, where did you get the one you gave me?
Knowing how a certain Miss Hunter tends to overuse her evil, I came prepared.
He knows her so well. When you restrained me earlier...
It was because you were too strong.
He acknowledges her physical strength. I place my hand on the wall. Energy surges through my veins as my sensing ability is magnified. The location becomes clearer. I'm certain the energy core is being held on the top floor. Follow me. I found it. Follow me. The last Alterum is knocked down to the area below. Only me and Zane are on the top floor. At the end of the cold white corridor stands a single door. It's as if our only option is to move forward. This is it. Zane and I exchange a quick glance before swiping Carter's ID card against the scanner.
Welcome to the Energy Core Control Room, Dr. Carter.
Uh-oh, the music changed. Uh-oh, what the hell is this? Once the door to the control room closes, a layer of ice covers it. Thick cables run across the area, and they all converge on the central energy pillar that emits a luminescent blue light. It's being powered by a protocore. In all of its glory, this is Ever's crown jewel in the industry of protocore technology. If the energy pillar is destroyed, all ongoing experiments will immediately cease. In other words, Karen, who is currently undergoing an examination, will remain trapped in her cocoon. It could potentially cause irreversible damage to her body.
Are you worried she might regret her decision?
Maybe. Ooh. This is difficult. The difficult narrative. The decisions that have been like posited in front of us are difficult the entire time, and I'm kind of scared. Oh, I feel like I want to abide by her wishes. But if I leave it and she turns into one, she still has control over herself, so I still believe I don't have the right to decide someone else's fate. Zane, once we shake off these people, let's find a way to get out of it. I look at Zane. Instead of dismissing it as impossible, he gives a slight nod.
I will always respect your decision. I believe in you.
Zane, wait!
Carter's voice rings out from the overhead speakers as the surrounding glass walls instantly become transparent. I can see Carter has arrived. Catching his breath, he's standing in the reception hall we were in earlier.
Zane! Leave this place, and don't you dare destroy that energy core!
Didn't we
Do you
literally
remember
just say
how
what
much
don't
time and effort we put into this?
Without a hint of emotion in his eyes, Zane gives Carter a slight nod.
What's that? Oh no.
Amid the chaos, Benedict calmly stands behind the crowd. He smiles as he raises his hand to his ear.
You dropped your facade sooner than I expected, Dr. Zane. Is it because of your sense of duty as a doctor, or a resolve driven by guilt?
Uh-oh. Don't bring it up like this.
Believing that you can guide humanity's fate so you can control life and death is the epitome of arrogance.
Absolutely right.
Isn't thinking you have the right to stop any experiment that crosses the boundaries of life just as arrogant? This is what the people in our era want. And in just a few centuries, or maybe even a few decades, history will remember this moment.
You're literally a wanderer.
You have no right to speak of such things.
Why don't we watch and see how the future unfolds? Even if you've stopped Ms. Karen's experiment and prevented the press conference today, you can't stop the tide of progress.
It's more or less the same rhetoric. Did everyone ever attend the same corporate seminar or something?
Ah yes. I have one more question I'd like to ask you, Dr. Zane.
Static in the comms channel suddenly falls silent and cuts off Carter's angry shouts. All I can hear is Benedict's steady voice tinged with amusement alongside his breaths.
Back then, why did you choose to destroy something that could have shaken or even changed the world?
He asked the same exact question that I did. A sense of unease stirs as I glance at Zane, who's maintaining his usual composure.
It couldn't be controlled. Any action beyond our control leads to unpredictable consequences.
But he's not... Wait, hold on. I feel like this is speaking the larger Zane plot. Maybe it's because he used his evil too many times in quick succession. Delicate ice crystals are steadily creeping up Zane's forearm.
Uncontrollable. I see.
Oh, wait a hold on. It couldn't be controlled. Any action beyond our control leads to unpredictable consequences. Zane's evil is something he can't control.
Your rationality is an absolute, the very thing that drives you to eliminate any possibility of losing control. It affects the smallest things about yourself to the greatest matters of this world. That's why you killed William at Mount Eternal back then, yes?
It wasn't like that. Oh no, it wasn't like that. Huh?
You really are capable of such cruelty. You struck down your mentor and friend who fought beside you. Even I would have hesitated.
Cut to the chase.
Oh. A long time passes before Zane's voice breaks the silence. Although his tone remains calm, his ragged breathing gives him away.
You're here to atone for your mistake. That much is certain. But you also wish to uncover what you think is the truth. For example, Surely there must be an explanation for why those Alterum look so much like everyone who died at Mount Eternal.
That's messed up. In the tense undercurrents of this moment, a harsh truth slowly resurfaces.
I'll tell you, those people at Mount Eternal were this experiment's first batch of failed specimens.
Oh, no one is ever allowed to say anything to Zane about death and guilt ever again. Oh my god, all these people need to die.
Your companions, William, all your guilt and suffering, I'm the one who caused it.
I need to kill Benedict right now. His tone is almost nonchalant. Every sentence is like a knife straight to the heart.
A discovery that could have shaken the world to its core, abandoned because of a moment of cowardice.
It's not cowardice, it's actual control, you fucking fool.
You made their deaths as meaningless as those of the failed Alterum.
A wave of frost surges throughout the room. A bone-chilling cold creeps up... A bone-chilling cold creeps up from the floor. The windows, walls, and floor sealed under thick layers of ice. They form intricate crystalline patterns. Zane! With each breath, the veins on his neck throb as black ice crystals spread rapidly across his skin. It's like they're trying to devour every last bit of his life force. This isn't the Zane I know. This is the merciless Grim Reaper who emerged from the depths of hell itself. What do you mean? Okay. His anger. His trauma and his anger. Hold on, I need to get... His trauma and his anger and his guilt are literally the driving factors that drive him more and more into the nightmarescape as well as the Dawnbreaker identity. This is a lot right now, and I'm so freaking angry that his grief was used against him like this. This is vile, this is disgusting. Oh. Part 10 is called Curse of Memory. Oh my god, which memory? The door that had been sealed with ice bursts open. Having completed their transformations into wanderers, the Alterum try to overwhelm us like a tidal wave. As soon as they get close, sharp icicles pierce their chests. The shards of ice then explode outward like a violent storm. More Alterum advance. They crush the fallen ice crystals beneath their feet as they crawl over corpses to reach us. All of the Alterum open and close their mouths in unison. They stutter and produce these unsettling sounds. No matter how hard he tries, Zane can't make out what they're saying or see their faces clearly. The nightmare wraps around his body like a phantom. It coils behind him and whispers fate's curse into his ear.
Aren't you a doctor?
Am I going to die?
Pay
for this?
I didn't sacrifice everything just to become someone ordinary and powerless.
One day, you will hurt her.
Astra? Oh my god! The Arctic! He clutches his chest and feels as if the icy wind stabbed it. He stares at the corner of the tent fluttering in the snowy gale. The distant otherworldly gaze. William, who had just finished a surgery, pauses in surprise. Then he smiles, holds out his hand toward him.
Nightmare? If you can't sleep, then we can go for a walk.
Everything that just happened seems to have been a dream. He stares at his fingers, the blood. The girl's shocked expression. It was all just a dream. It was just a dream.
It's unfortunate we couldn't save the patient today. Don't be too hard on yourself. Back when I was doing research, failure meant you could always try again. But as a doctor, lives will only give you one chance. You know, I had these exact same feelings during my first mission as a military doctor.
The polar night hasn't disappeared. The dark blue sky appears to be almost within reach. This desolate land, covered in a blanket of snow, is always magnificent.
It took me a long time to realize that what we have to face isn't just the loss of a life and death itself. The way they look at you in their final moments, it's always the same. Time and time again. You'll have to see their fear and desperation when they're about to die.
Stop! William is deep in thought. Then, as if remembering something, he turns to Zane and smiles.
By the way, did you hear my final plea when you killed me?
Stop doing this to Zane. He stares blankly at William's distorted face, and in the very next second, the ice shards have already pierced his chest. Once again, he sinks into the dark abyss of his consciousness. Stop doing this to Zane, this is not fair. Or more of them. They're actually using the Ultram as weapons. I roll and find an opening in the wall of Ultram that's protecting Benedict. I aim my gun at him. And before I can pull the trigger, brilliant ice flies toward Benedict. Benedict smiles. He crushes the ice shard embedded in his chest.
You're different from the man I was talking to earlier. I must say, you're skilled at saving and taking lives, Dr. Zane.
With a slight gesture of his hand, the Ultram freeze in place like marionettes. They withdrew like receding water as if they received a silent command.
I hope you'll find your true path after our candid discussion.
This is very much only the beginning of something right here. Soon enough, only the two of us remain in the vast cold control room. Ignoring everything else, I rush past the dissipating ice crystals to Zane and cradle his face in my hands. Zane, look at me. Listen to me. No matter who Benedict is, I'll always keep a bullet just for him, starting today. Zane's labored breathing so... Oh boy. Zane's labored breathing shows how intense the pain is. The black ice crystals emerge from his neck, continue to spread out. His ice-cold fingers are slowly slipping away from my palm. You need to wake up from this nightmare right now. His hands that saved countless lives should never be stained with the pain and guilt that don't belong to them, especially not because of scum like Benedict. Zane, you have to! These few seconds feel like centuries, and then he finally raises his head to look at me. He slowly tenses, and I see myself reflected in his icy gaze. Zane? Stop. Pain answers me instead. My consciousness shatters as I drift into the warm embrace of unconsciousness. Before everything fades, distant memories regroup and flood my mind. Not again. The ground is littered with the remnants of wanderers. They're slowly dissipating. Meanwhile, searing pain burns my chest. Struggling to push myself up, I see my blood-stained hands are small and thin. Did this happen when I was little? I look up. There's a young man with a familiar face, but his expression is frighteningly cold and foreign. While I'm dazed, his face merges with Zane's present-day appearance. They, from my memories and reality, approach me step by step.
Your existence is a mistake. You must be eliminated.
It's as if black frost has covered his eyes, having materialized in his hand. Sharp ice crystals hurl themselves at me. Not like this. Not like this. That was needlessly cruel. Next, oh my god, I can't even. My entire body literally feels like It's shaking. Like inside, like my heart feels like it's shaking. The next day, the pristine sanatorium stands tall, immaculate, and serene. It's been restored to the point where yesterday's attack might have never happened at all.
Wherever and whenever you need us, we will provide you with healthcare services of the highest quality.
My hands literally feel like I'm getting pins and needles. They're actually going numb. I feel so shocked. In the courtyard, a gentle breeze caresses the grass kissed by early morning light. A cocoon hangs on a delicate swaying flower stem. The faint sounds of struggle can be heard from within. Light reveals the outline of tightly folded wings behind its translucent walls. Moist and tender, it breaks free from its cocoon, and in the refreshing air of rebirth, those wings slowly take to the skies. What? This is Astra. This is Astra. This is Zane's original fate. But... Okay. Zane? Right, that is a different version. That is a different mentality. That is a different embodiment of him going into that mental state. And I definitely think it's also got to do with the control of Astra and Zane's original purposes. I don't know how this aligns with the fractal library right now. It might have to do with the interdimensional and celestial sphere from which he originally belongs. But to Astra's displeasure, he could be forcing Zane to do these things, or essentially Zane's being forced to forget, so he only goes back to original purpose state, the land of no return. That was awful how he was being taunted. My heart constricts as sharp pain courses through every fibre of my being. My consciousness sinks into a blurry darkness. Footsteps that are close by sound distant. Oh my god, I can't even speak properly. My consciousness sinks into a blurry darkness. Footsteps that are close by sound distant. As if they're muffled under a glacier. Zane, is that you? He stops in his tracks as if he heard me. He doesn't take the candy or freeze the melting pops quite off of him.
Stay away from me! I'm sorry.
A box sits on the doorstep. Wisps of cold air drift inside it. Inside the box, like misshapen snowballs. Remnants from when Zane was still learning how to use his evil as a kid. Really? Zane knows I got hit with ice when watching the seals, and now he made snowballs to tease me. I heard footsteps. Did he already leave? I don't see anyone nearby. As I hold the box close, an inexplicable sense of loss washes over me. I want to say his name, but something catches in my throat. It silences my voice. Zane? I managed to finally call out his name, yet when I open my eyes I find myself staring at a dimly lit ceiling. As my foggy consciousness slowly clears, I realize I'm laying down in a room at Oxford Hospital.
Due to Miss Karen's poor health, Ever's press conference for today has been cancelled. Mr. Benedict, the director of Val's Sanatorium, stated that the patient's well-being takes precedence over the event.
A hand waves before me. Its owner's lips move as they say something I can't make out.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Looking down, I see my wounds have been bandaged, and the pain has mostly subsided. I sit up, take Yvonne's hand. Where's Zane?
Oh, you're awake. Thank goodness you're okay. You had cardiac energy overload and some minor injuries when Dr. Zane brought you in. We asked him what happened, but he wouldn't say anything. He stayed in this room until your vital signs stabilized.
Where is he? As she speaks, Yvonne leans in. Her expression becomes more serious.
I heard from Grayson that Dr. Zane went to the director's office to submit his resignation letter.
What?
There was a loud commotion in the office. I've never seen the director that angry before. He didn't approve it and gave Dr. Zane an extended leave. Then he told him to go home and think things through. He wouldn't say another word about it.
Please, I need to go to see him.
Dr. Zane didn't hesitate at all. But before he left the hospital, he asked us to take good care of you.
Please, I'm really God, let me go to him. I try to force myself to smile, but I can't. Only one thought is in my mind. Find him.
Wait, you can't just... Oh no. Please, be careful.
That's me. I would absolutely never just stand by this.
I'm sorry. We haven't seen him.
Sorry, we haven't seen anyone who matches your description.
Dr. Zane! A few days ago, he said he'd be traveling to remote... Oh, you must be that young lady.
Oh, me having a surname is hurting so hard right now.
This is our new menu item for today. Would you like it to go?
Wait! Dr. Zane already paid for it!
Where is he? Zane's home. His favorite dessert place, the cafe near Axo Hospital. I visited every place I could think of. Trace of him anywhere. I into the night. I entered the passcode to his house again. I'm clinging onto one final hope. Shrouded in darkness, snowflakes drift in through the gaps of the floor-to-ceiling windows.
The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. Please try again later.
Oh no, these worries that are no longer dormant slowly flood my mind again. I've seen those black ice crystals and that pain look on his face before. In my childhood memories, Zane moved away while carrying a heavy unspoken guilt. This bad habit of disappearing has existed even back then. I hear a faint whimper in the cold. I raise my head and rub my stinging eyes to see Shichi. It's you. As if he understands me, Shichi, leaps onto the sofa and gently places his paw on my knee. I feel like I've tried everything, but I still can't find him. Please take me to the Fractal Library. That must be where he is, please. I hold Shiji close, my trembling voice barely above a whisper. I didn't realize it cracked until now. Please, can you help me one more time? Take me to him. Time passes, then Gigi obediently jumps down, sniffs the blanket on the sofa that carries Zane's scent, and runs towards the half-open door. In the darkest hours of the night, it's snowing again. Large snowflakes dance around the glowing streetlights. They settle on rooftops, streets, passing cars on the shoulders of pedestrians. After running for a long time, Shiji stops in front of the pitch-black fence. He circles it a few times before signaling for me to follow. Where am I? The streetlight illuminates the faded writing on a sign. This is a public cemetery in Lincoln City. It's also the final resting place for those who have no place to call home. Chi-Chi quickly vanishes into the darkness. I steel myself before running after him. Forward. It's so far away. As soon as I see that familiar figure, my heart leaps violently in my chest. Zane! He stands in the snowy night, his coat billowing between black tombstones. He's like a ghost who has nowhere to go. I understand why he left the moment I see the names on the tombstones. He chose to imprison himself in this nightmare. He waits to atone, to seek redemption for the monsters he killed. I hurry to his side, but when I call out his name, it gets stuck in my throat.
Why are you here?
Questions overwhelm my mind, but I don't know what to ask about first. You chose to disappear without a word. You didn't even give me an explanation.
These graves belong to the people who died by my hand. I don't believe their deaths were unjustified. Do you think I'm here because of guilt? I'm not standing in front of them for repentance, let alone the atonement you're imagining.
When you almost raised your hand against me, based on your judgment, did that mean I was also someone who needed to be killed? He doesn't evade the question. He nods without hesitation. So this is why you submitted your resignation letter to Oxo Hospital. You haven't even healed my heart yet, and you're going to leave just like that. You told me not to change doctors on a whim. But can doctors abandon their patients whenever they want? A complex feeling crawls up from my throat to my tongue as emotions bubble up like boiling water.
I first met you when I came to Oxo Hospital. I was 12 at the time. Dr. Noah was a close friend of your grandmother, and I was told to look after you. You were afraid of me back then, until I used my power to keep your popsicle from melting.
I'm always talking about how I needed more of their childhood. I asked for this, but God, I never thought it was like this.
When things finally settled down after the Chrono Rift catastrophe, my parents asked if I wanted to move somewhere else. I hesitated for a long time. I was worried I wouldn't be able to see you anymore. But then that incident happened, and I actually hurt you. You were unconscious and bleeding heavily. When I realized what happened, I couldn't understand why I did it.
He closes his eyes for a moment. When he opens them, his expression is as serene as the calm after a snowstorm. It's like he finally woke up from a year-long nightmare only to discover that the nightmare has become reality.
That was when I realized I could lose control of my power. And not being in control can lead to irreversible consequences.
But I can survive.
It's why I chose to leave without saying goodbye.
The truth pierces my heart like needles. Words are stuck in my throat, like we knew this. I just didn't think this context, especially with the Astra section overlaying, and now with the so many extra other layers of guilt and the abuse essentially he has to tolerate with his guilt.
Perhaps I chose cardiac surgery because I wanted to heal your heart. Or maybe I wanted to make amends for what I did back then. Even I don't know.
I think it's both. He keeps his gaze lowered, and his voice is as soft as melting snowflakes.
But I didn't hesitate when I chose the field of medicine. When I first recited the Hippocratic Oath, I truly believed I would become a good doctor.
You are a good doctor.
I believed I would save many people, including the one I had hurt before.
And you will! It doesn't seem like he noticed my obvious shock. Zane just gazes calmly at the weathered gravestones.
Until that night on Mount Eternal, when I killed William.
It was an abomination, you had to. But you didn't have a better choice at the time. Once again, he lowers his emotionally detached gaze.
Do you really think a killer can be a doctor who saves lives?
Yes.
If something like this happens again, you might regret the fact that you tried to keep me close.
That is a cost I'm willing to pay. Are you saying your nightmares are destined to become reality? Will I turn into a monster that needs to be killed one day? I didn't expect him to answer, but he shakes his head.
I don't know.
So are you avoiding me now because of logical reasoning? What about your feelings? If we're going by pure logic, then now is the time. Do it, Zane. Are you afraid? Or is this something you don't want to do? Looking at his calm, aloof expression, I find myself beyond the point of rationality. Whatever you do today, I won't have any regrets.
But I would.
Snowflakes land on my eyelashes. They turn his figure into prismatic fragments. They are like ripples in the darkness.
I'm certain that if I were to truly hurt you one day, it would be the greatest regret of my life.
The way this literally parallels exactly what happens in Catch-20. Leaves because he truly hurt her. Because that's who Zane is. He can't tolerate actually hurting her. Snowflakes fall as if they're floating through the cosmos. They land on us and the gravestone. We stand in silence. Neither of us exchanges a word. Don't do this to me. After that day, rumors related to the Ultram and Dawnbreaker faded away like melting snow. These pure white specks were but fleeting visitors. The city awakens in daylight, and once again, it's immersed in its bizarre flood of information. Spatium Core's energy remains concentrated in my chest. It's like a seed that's merged with my flesh. It faintly echoes with my heartbeat. I know these ether cores connect my past to my future. They're linked to the secrets hidden in the deep space. Yet I wonder what fate awaits the Ultram Zane. And me. Ever won't give up the Fountain of Ate they've carefully cultivated. They'll continue to weave their dreams of immortality. But they were right about one thing. The cycle of life and death is an inescapable truth. The constraints of matter break down. The shackles of time and space gradually dissolve. Countless civilizations rise and fall among the stars. Because of the laws that guide entropy and dissipation, Earth's magnificent radiance will eventually fade. Humanity's long undisturbed period of exile will also come to an end. I wouldn't understand that until much, much later. The Creator had planted foreshadowings in an era predating itself. Astra! Zane had the Creator Protocol, the Creation Protocol in the Foreseer myth. That was related to Astra when he was a demigod working under Astra. And MC is directly related to the Creator Protocol because she's related to the energy within the cosmos of itself. Saying that she doesn't deserve to exist is potentially maybe her in this manifestation, manifesting as something beyond an energy source and into something more physical, more pliable, more mobile. I don't know, I can't think of other words right now, but essentially maybe that could be the problem, but that's not fair when it comes to Zane, because why? Why are other gods choosing to dictate their own fate? This is true. This is too cruel. You can't leave me here. You can't, please. You can't leave me like this. This can't be how it ends. I can't sit with this until they update it again. I can't sit with it. Oh my god, it literally paralleled exactly with tomorrow's Catch-22. I literally said that would happen, and I don't know. My lashes are literally coming off again, just like that video. Oh, whatever, I'm just taking these off. My hair's a mess. I'm a mess. I'm gonna... If you stuck around, and I'm so sorry about how this all turned out, I appreciate that. If there is more, I'll come and update it. At the moment, I knew it would hurt. I knew since the beginning. I chose him. I knew it was angsty. I knew there would be so much trauma with him because he's always so freaking angsty. There's always so much. There's never just a calm freaking moment. I'm not dissatisfied. This entire story has been incredibly immaculate. So fulfilling, so validating in so many ways, so much building in other ways. Yes. This way of ending, and knowing I have to sit with this for so much longer. It hurts so deeply. Thank you for sticking around. Goodbye.